Hi, welcome to Auxy Pro with Susan Brody. So I'd like to say thank you to Discord for featuring my drum video on your website today. Today we're going to be talking about guitar and strings using Auxy Pro. And I laid down some samples just to give you ideas right from the get-go of how you can achieve the sounds of classical guitar, flamenco guitar, electric, kind of heavy metal, bass, distortions that might go with that. Also acoustic and folk guitar and kind of a strumming effect. The first example that I'll show you, these first few scenes at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and 4, are from a composition I made that's kind of got classical and flamenco elements and uses kind of a rasgueado effect. So let me play these for you, these first 4. And in fact, before I go farther, let me just point out in my last video, the one on drums, I show how you can get these really small notes. But what I forgot to mention is something called Freeform. At the top left, where you have the key signatures, where you have, I talked about the default, the precision 1/32, the triplets, precision triplets, but I didn't even talk about free move, which is what will really give you like a natural sound, right? Because typically things that are electronic fit into like perfect beats and precision. But when we play guitar by hand, right, you're more likely to have things that are a little, more natural, right? So here you can move these notes, whatever little amounts that you want, to just move it up a little or down a little bit, right? Just to make it feel natural and also to smush in a whole bunch of notes in a really short span. Okay, so let me play this section over here. Okay, so you saw how that is. All right, let me see. 2, 3, and 4 I think are kind of similar. I'll play part of each of those. Okay, something I wanted to talk about here is that I also kind of slowed down parts because that also gives it a natural feel, right? Everything isn't always the same da, 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 right? Sometimes you have more gentle moments where it kind of slows down a bit, right? And I was able to achieve that by doing the free movement up top, not soft, sorry, free. This one again, free move. All right, scene 3. All right, so here I took scene 2, duplicated it. It's almost exactly the same, but I thought, let's see if I change to a different kind of instrument. And this one called Mental, you'll see this is playing the same thing, only with like a grunge feeling. And I did have to remove some of the notes because it just was too messy sounding, but you'll see it's almost the same thing in grunge. Here we go. Okay, and I also used some special effects. Let me see what these were. Did I adjust the pitch? Yeah, it looks like I did bring it down a little. So I brought it down a little. What else did I do? Gave it a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb. No chords. Ducker. Okay, I guess the main thing that I did, the instrument must already sound kind of like that. The main thing I did was with low pass here, right down here, I made it get a little brighter. All right, let's see. Did I do something with high pass? And I made it get a little lower over there. Let's see. I don't know. All right, done. Let's see scene 4. right, so that's similar. Now let me move on to a different kind of drum sound over here, digitar. This one sounds just kind of like electric, but kind of light, kind of jazzy maybe. Let's see. Here I use some effects. You could hear already how the instrument changed a little bit. Here's increase in delay. So you could hear the delay when I hit stop. A little bit of, oh, pan? No, I guess I didn't change that either. Well, anyway, so you can kind of see how you can make it evolve, right? It starts pretty straightforward, which is good. Start simple. Right? But by scene 2 already, kind of building on it, making chords instead of single notes, adding some special effect. Let's see what scene 9 was. So that definitely has reverb added, and that's more like a kind of grinding, heavy metal kind of sound. And then let me move up to acoustics. I think it must be this one, maybe? Okay, no. That's not acoustic. That's the same thing with drums, with percussion. So I'm going to show you some things with an instrument called harmonic steel. Do you see that one in pink? It's sort of a pinkish lavender color. But before I even show you this, I just discovered a feature, okay, where I'm going to move this whole instrument up to the top so I don't have to keep scrolling down looking for it. I hold my fingers down on the word harmonic steel. I mean, I hold my finger down. And I choose Reorder Instruments up top. You see, you can also label and color and do other things. Reorder Instruments brings this up. Now here's harmonic steel. It's about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one down. I'm going to hold down the lines, those 3 little lines to the right, and then I can just drag it up to the top and say done. So now it's right up top, easy to find. All right. Now this little nut at the top, the top right, that little shape, if you click on that, and I'm going to click scale to the right. I'm going to click on the word major. Now here you can toggle between make new loops chromatic or not, okay? And if I keep it as major but not chromatic, then the notes it's going to present to me as options, like let's say in a C scale, it's just going to be like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, etc. for about, 6 octaves worth or however many we get. Not including, of course, that you can adjust the pitch and maybe get yourself an extra octave on either end as well. If you say make chromatic, then it's going to give you like every note in there, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. So I'll demonstrate with this. So when it's off, edit. Okay, here's some notes. And what's kind of interesting is it doesn't even show you the notes. It just says 1, 3, 5. So it's like if you were doing a chord, a 1, 3, 5 chord, major, there it is. Okay, or if you wanted to space it out. Okay, and if you wanted it to be, just to show you what we've got. Okay, and as I said, we have several scales worth. Lower, higher. And I want to also just point out something. If I hold my finger down and then I drag, okay, I can move this. So, or, let me move it back. I can put my finger somewhere else now. It'll create a whole separate loop. Oops. can just keep doing this. Okay, not my thing, but you can. And then if you say done, that just kind of gets rid of all that. All right. Sorry, gets rid of the highlighting. Now if I go to scale, major, and I say make new loops chromatic, done. And this one I did like that, edit. And you'll see from the top, we have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, etc. Right, so it just keeps going like that. All right, so all those notes within one octave. All right. Now I'm curious to see what happens if I change it in the middle. So scale, major, get rid of the chromatic, go back to the one that I did in chromatic. Okay, so I guess you can't do that. I mean, you're kind of locked in for the scene that you've created. But what is good to know is that you see how there are lines that are dark and lines that are light. Well, the dark ones and the light one, okay, the light ones are going to be your major scale, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so it still makes it easier to pick them out, but they're not labeled 1, 3, 5, right? Which would be like 1, 3, 5. So let's go to Freeform. Well, no, you know what? Let's do 1, 3, 5. Okay, maybe I want to make this longer. Let's make it free move, okay? Which is really fun. So I'm gonna do, I don't even know what I'm doing, but what it's gonna sound like. Or if I want it to be more like a, okay, so do you see how that can work? Oops. So maybe I want to change the instrument, okay? I'm going to start playing it, and then I'll click on the word harmonic steel in the lower left, and then I'll click on the word again over here. And so here's another instrument. Hummus. I like hummus. All right, so you get the idea. So I think I'll leave it at that for now. But I have some Auxy Pro songs in SoundCloud. It turns out I had created a SoundCloud account probably 6 years ago. And so if you look up Susan Brody, there are 2 different things you might find. The one with me and this big poofy light pink flower is going to be all vocals. And that was done before I knew about Auxy Pro. Some of that was done with Beatwave. A lot of it was K-Oscillator, and then simply 8-track and lots of my vocals and layering my vocals. Whereas the newer one, which is like, you can sort of see my face and there's this purpley flower kind of blending. And that one's got a lot of Auxy Pro compositions that I've put together. And there are a few in particular that really utilize the guitar sounds, especially the one called Flamenco-esque, which is the one that those first few scenes that I played for you today were extracted from. So just to give you some ideas. So I will be making another video in the near future on some of the vocal sounds that are included in Auxy Pro, specifically the instruments called Sweet Pads. I'll be doing another one about piano, kind of capturing a piano essence. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave any comments for me. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.